For those of you who grew up in the early aughts of the millennia, did you ever dream about being on a reality TV show? A lot of you may remember the original Trading Spaces, where two teams of adults, usually friends or neighbors, are given a small budget to renovate the other team's chosen room, and they have 2 days to do it. Nothing could go wrong there. And by renovate, I mean put literal hay on the walls.
The wall is a little bit funky. It's straw.
At the end of each episode, there's a big reveal where the owners of the house see their brand new room for the first time. And the episodes that I remember watching ended in betrayal. I mean, it was bad.
You're that disappointed. I'm glad.
What's crazy to me about Trading Spaces is that they always had some kind of interior designer there to sort of guide them into making the right decisions, but the designer would just make everything worse. Wow, thanks. I can't wait to spend $10,000 of my own money to remove the sand floors. The show I'm talking about today is none other than Trading Spaces Boys vs. Girls, a show where the kids are the ones transforming rooms and there's no parents allowed. A show where kids devalued real estate so much, it caused the 2008 recession. I don't know what to think about. I'm gay and upset. Speaking of money, some idiot stole my debit card number last year and stole $200. This isn't our sponsorship, by the way, but even if you don't sign up, you'll want to hear this because it's important and it could happen to you. You never think that your debit card information could be stolen or any of your information could be stolen until it is. And I spent 2 months arguing with my bank and I got my money back eventually, sure, but I had to be kind of mean on the phone. And I am not a mean person, okay, but I can be. And my bank kept asking for proof even though one Google search clearly showed that the company on the statement was not real. Do you have time or money for that? No. What if it was $2,000 and now you can't pay rent? Now, Aura has very reputable identity theft protection, and these websites that store your credit card information are not secure. I mean, it takes an average of 277 days for these places to tell you that your information got breached. At that point, your information is already out there in La La Land for someone to take. But Aura will monitor the dark web and let you know if your personal information is breached and give you up to $1 million in identity theft protection insurance. You can go to my link in the description or go to aura.com/statsgrillcheese and get a 14-day free trial, even if you just want to stop some of the spam calls that I know you get. And now back to the video. So Trading Spaces Boys vs. Girls was a spin-off show on Discovery Kids, but instead of adults, it was middle schoolers. The concept of the show was very much like the original show, because you had two teams that had one kid who was chosen to have their bedroom remodeled, and both teams would transform the bedroom from the other team based on that kid's interest. Could you imagine being the friend that didn't get picked after watching your friend get their new theme park bedroom, and you have to go home to your boring ass room that doesn't have a roller coaster in it? I'd rather die. One very specific thing about this era is that the gender culture war was very much indoctrinated into the minds of children.
I think the worst thing about having girls do your room would be like, if I walk in here and it's all purple.
If she paints my room pink, I'm gonna have to sleep in the hallway.
This isn't just Trading Spaces for kids, okay? This is boys versus girls. You're either a boy who likes monster trucks and skateboards, or you're a girl who likes pink and Barbies. There's no in between, and we did not mix and match in 2004. I remember playing with Barbie and the adults around me were freaking out going, no, stop, he's going to become gay, quick, here's 2 G.I. Joes. And as a kid, I'm like, oh man, there's no Barbies for them to marry. Hey grandma, look, they're gay and yeah, I got my Barbie back real fast. We're gonna be looking at highlights from 2 episodes from the show, and I'm gonna be talking about my favorite parts about both of them. The first episode we have stars Ray and Taylor. The episodes typically start off with the girls and boys trash talking each other, but in case it isn't obvious, everything these kids say is painfully scripted. Every episode has some kind of mini challenge, and the losing team in the earlier episodes gets a punishment.
If we win the boys versus girls challenge, you have to walk Arthur Dog Cookie and pick up her mess.
If we win the boys versus girls challenge, you have to clean out this smelly cage for a month.
Doesn't matter, you're not gonna win anyway.
Jesus Christ, a month? And then you're gonna tell me that if you lose, you get to walk Cookie? As if that's even a punishment? Just look at this sweetie pie. Oh my god, I just realized that Cookie is probably dead. Not Cookie. Everybody pay your respects to Cookie in the comments. So Taylor is the one getting her room makeover. She wants a bedroom where she can hang out with her friends, listen to Motown, and sip lattes.
Taylor is 14 and wants a bedroom where she can hang out with her friends, listen to Motown, and sip lattes.
Taylor sounds like someone that I want to be best friends with. Motown and lattes? At 14? And you didn't have a TikTok aesthetic page to tell you to like those things? I envy anyone that was accidentally cool at 14. Because when I was 14, I filmed a video of myself pretending to be high. Let me just emphasize that. Pretending to be high from drinking a Monster for the first time. And then I posted it to this YouTube channel in 2011.
Michael Jackson's dead. No, I don't think you want to get a close-up of my nose. Oh yeah, that was oh my god, it did too. No, I thought he was in my basement the other day. I thought he was just gonna jump out and like throw a grenade at me.
What's even worse is that the video I'm referring to isn't even the most embarrassing thing that I've done on this channel before you all were here. So if you cringe about your past, just know that my past is so much worse and that it causes me physical pain. Then they ask the kids what the worst thing a boy or girl could do to their room, and Taylor says that the worst thing that they could do is turn it into a skate park.
The worst thing a boy could do in my room is to change into like an indoor skate park.
Ray seems pretty predictable for a 14-year-old boy in 2004. He says he likes skateboarding and hip hop. I love how Ray just really has to drive it in everyone's heads that he is definitely not gay, and 1000% a boy who likes boy things. His list was very specific.
The worst thing a girl could do in my room is probably paint it pink and put stuffed animals and put male model posters up. And I would not live here anymore.
If I see a shirtless man, I'm moving out or I'm setting myself on fire. There's no in between. So the kids get to each other's rooms, and again, they only have 2 days to complete the remodel, but they can't see what's going on in their own rooms. Every episode has some designers helping the kids. And by helping, I mean get the shot and leave, because there's definitely a crew doing all of this in the background. Nothing would get done if we relied on children. I have to say though, I really think Taylor and Ava went into this prepared. They knew exactly what they had in mind. And to me, they seemed like visionaries.
Board mural on the wall, some like skateboarding.
Skateboarding? Like
Whatever.
mural?
Yeah.
Like what
Get
kind of
those
style
posters.
painting? What style?
Graffiti.
Graffiti.
Ray and Arthur, on the other hand, were confidently literal about Taylor's interests.
She loves coffee,
Yeah.
so I think coffee.
Coffee non-stop.
She loves it.
First of all, like the pink doesn't really indicate coffee, so I was thinking like maybe a little green, a little brown.
Cool.
Yeah, I was thinking we could make this into a functional coffee shop with really bad, overpriced art. Actually, I think we're just going to turn this into a Panera Bread. Yeah.
That looks like
colors,
that.
The time in between introductions and the reveal is just a bunch of B-roll of these kids pretending to do stuff for the camera. Like move all the furniture out, do some painting, put literal cement on the walls, which I'm sure her parents are going to be thrilled about dealing with if they ever move. The kids do this challenge where they have to match pictures and frames somehow. I don't remember. But the boys lost, so they are the ones that are going to be getting the punishment.
Got a little present for you.
I know, all girls do is put pictures in their frames.
What?
Frames.
Also, production said a month was a bit too long to be cleaning out her pet's cage.
This needs to be cleaned by tomorrow.
You have to clean out this smelly cage for a month.
Honestly, if I was Taylor, I'd be suing, because that was not the original agreement. She said a month, not one night. They also like to create these clearly faked conflicts to make the episodes more interesting.
They're designing a light fixture made from skateboard wheels.
So pass it up. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on. She's literally laughing.
What? Oh no. Oh my god. No. So what can we do to replace this design idea?
It's literally skateboard wheels. They could just glue them back on. They couldn't have done something a little bit more convincing as a conflict, like, I don't know, set the room on fire? Sorry, Ray, we were just shredding too hard on the skateboard.
Grinding and shredding.
And we set it on fire. Gonna shred these rails. So it's time for the grand reveal, and, you know, Taylor's room is just... Well, it's definitely a coffee shop. I mean, it's a 2002 Starbucks. And don't get me wrong, Taylor loves it.
Open your eyes.
I mean, what's not to love? We have a completely necessary counter space taking up half the room, filled with pastries that will magically restock itself. We have a table, we have a couch, we have a cute logo with her name on it, and where's the bed? Oh, that's right, there isn't one, because that's not important in a bedroom. Taylor can sleep on the day bed. Why couldn't they have just put a bed in there? Make the counter into a dresser and like make the back look like it's in a coffee shop or something. I mean, it's not even a bedroom at this point.
Are those real?
Some of them are real.
Are you guys serious? You couldn't even stock it with some Walmart pastries or something?
I'll party at my house.
Taylor's like, damn, Y'all are fake. But at the end of the day, Taylor can definitely sip lattes here and listen to Motown with her friends. That's probably the only thing that you can do in there now. Good thing the coffee and fake pastries will keep her awake forever. Then we get to Ray's room, and so far, I don't see any pink, I don't see any stuffed animals, and I don't see any posters of Clay Aiken, so I think we're in the clear.
Oh my God! You're
I think they did a great job with Ray's room. It seems like the most practical outside of the shutters made out of skateboards and the literal half pipe. But he has a skateboard bed, he has a dresser that looks like a giant boombox with a new CD player, and it has a remote. This looks like a 14-year-old's bedroom. This is a franchise.
Some of them are real.
They even show the parents' reactions at the end.
Oh my God.
And I already know what mom's thinking. Who is going to keep these pastries stocked? Because it's not going to be me. Is production going to supply me with sheets for this thing? This day bed? Having a coffee machine in your room is pretty cool though if you're a teenager. I would lose my mind over that alone. Also, I loved Ray's pure excitement for his room. It really warmed my heart. But the first thing his mom said was, you know you're not skating inside the house, right?
Oh man! You know you're not doing that inside the house, right?
My only complaint with these is that I wish they showed the parents' reactions longer than they actually did. I need to know how long it took them to change everything. Next up, we have Sam versus Hannah. The introductions in this episode are really short. There's not a lot of trash talking like there was in the previous episode. And I wish they interviewed them longer. The only thing Hannah says about her room is that she wants to remove the pony and the rainbow on her wall.
Things I'd like to change about my room is the pink pony, the rainbow.
Hannah, actually, that's really homophobic. So... Sam and Jake are both 11 and they're twins, so they're both extremely thrilled to be here because they're both getting a new room. All we know about them is that the color yellow is canceled.
The rug is yellow and the couch is yellow. The yellow's gotta go.
I wonder how James Charles looks in yellow. Ooh, I wonder how he looks in orange, actually.
I don't trust her. I don't think she's a good person.
Yeah, we learn nothing about these contestants until later. And I think that's because they rush right into the mini challenge, which the girls end up winning. They win something called the Labor Savers Prize, which I never got into in the last episode, but we'll talk about it later. So when the teams get to their respective rooms, we learn a bit more about what the kids like and what theme they're going for. And according to Hannah and Colleen, the twins really, really love drive-in movie theaters.
Tell me about what they're into.
Drive-in movies.
Drive-in movie theaters?
Yeah,
So you want to turn their room into a drive-in movie theater?
Yeah, they love drive-in movie theaters. Yeah, it's all they talk about. They even named their dog Drive-in Movie Theater. Yeah, he ran away. And it's really hard because every time we ask, where's drive-in movie theater? People just keep sending us to the drive-in movie theater down the street. I love watching these time lapses of the room being cleared and notice that the kids are unbothered and not helping. Get off the bunk bed, Hannah. We have work to do. Then over at the other bedroom, the twins talk about how Hannah is a full-fledged horse girl.
She loves horseback riding.
So the theme they choose is pretty obvious.
She's pretty good at it. So we were thinking like a Wild Wild West room.
Hannah loves horses, so we're going to make this room look like it's from the 1800s. In fact, we're going to remove all the electricity. She's going to love it. She's going to freak the out. Here we see Sam and Jake actually move things. You know, they're emptying the room and they're moving stuff. But do you know what I still see?
I noticed the gay rights flag in your background, so I'm not sure how many abortions you're going to need.
Yeah, not in my Christian suburbs. Let's talk about the labor savers for a minute, okay? So in Trading Spaces Boys versus Girls, the labor savers are supposed to be a prize that bring in a bunch of professionals that always look like they are conspicuously from Monsters Incorporated. And they always do a more lengthier or more difficult project for the kids so that the kids can go do something else. Which is confusing to me because, like, aren't they doing those things anyways? And then when the labor savers show up, the kids are the ones giving them instructions.
Paint the ceiling with the dark blue and the walls with the light blue. Thanks, Labor Savers! Labor Savers!
Anyways, let's check up on Sam and Jake.
So, Scott, what exactly are we painting?
Jake, don't you think that's knowing what you're painting is step one to painting a mural? What are we paying you for? One very non-scripted dilemma that they have is that they don't know what a horse looks like, so they need to go see one in person if they're gonna paint it.
So the buildings in the sky and the ground?
But we should really get a horse. Maybe we should go to a stable.
Oh, that would be cool.
That makes sense, right? It's not like they already have a printed out picture of a horse or anything. I gotta say though that Sam and Jake are pretty good at being given lines and instructions to fool the audience into thinking that any of this is real. Hannah and Colleen, God love them, can't even make me pretend like I'm convinced that they had anything to do with this remodel.
So is this the look you were looking for? Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. What do you think? It's awesome.
Yeah, girls, I think you should both talk at the exact same time. I think actually that'll make everything you're saying seem a lot more natural. But then there were some moments where you could see the real Hannah and Colleen.
The girls, on the other hand, have mastered making movie posters.
What kind of movies do you think Jake and Sam would be in? Sam? Probably, definitely a comedy. And Jake? I don't know for Jake.
Well, now we know who the favorite twin is, because Jake clearly gets the shaft and is underappreciated. And I gotta say, there is always a favorite twin. And I know that's something our society never likes to speak up about. My thoughts are with you, Jake. That looks awful, by the way. The thinking, how about the hideous? What is this movie? Who's the director? What's the genre? What's the vision? What are you even getting paid for at this point? Totally unprofessional. So they do another mini challenge where the boys win, and they could choose between the Labor Savers or the Clue Box. Now, because the Labor Savers are already going to be doing whatever they're going to be assigned doing, the Clue Box seems to be an obvious choice, because you cannot tell me that this mural is not being painted while these boys are horseback riding. But they chose the Labor Savers.
Labor Savers.
And also, what would be the alternative to them not using the Labor Savers? You mean to tell me these 11-year-olds are going to hang these wood panels by themselves? No. So I guess because the boys chose the Labor Savers, the girls get the Clue Box, which, as the name suggests, gives them a clue to what Hannah's room will look like. Not sure when they retire the punishments or rewarded losers. The clue Hannah gets is a star.
What do you think that means?
Maybe star for like a star unicycle rider.
A star unicycle rider? Could be.
Okay. Hannah, would you care to elaborate on what a star unicycle rider is? Even Colleen is like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? Wait, can I get you some water? Are you unwell? Oh, and just wait until you hear about this episode's conflict. It's a doozy.
But whoever painted it upside down. We got to take this off and do it all over again.
Let me just make sure I understand this correctly, okay? The detachable sign was painted and hung upside down, and now you apparently have to start all over? What do you think would be a much easier and obvious alternative? Yes, correct. Painting a star unicycle rider.
Star unicycle rider?
Okay, so we get to the big reveals, and first up we have Hannah. Hannah is loving it. She clearly loves it.
Oh my God!
She's about to pass out. I think some really fun things about this room are the fold-up desk, the painting of Hannah with one leg riding her horse, and my personal favorite is the wagon bed, which is appropriately named Hannah's wagon. They wouldn't want anyone to get confused, you know, if she lost it and someone found it, and they would know right away, oh, this is Hannah's wagon. It's not Deborah's wagon. It's not Carl's wagon. It's not Ellen's wagon. This is Hannah's wagon. They know exactly who to contact. Sam and Jake's room, unironically, is a 10 out of 10 for me, for a bedroom made for 11-year-olds.
Oh my gosh! This is so cool!
Car beds, a little table for snacks with a popcorn machine that may or may not work, a couch, blackout curtains, and a projector hooked up to a new DVD player. I'm sorry, that is the default sleepover house. Could you imagine playing Lego Star Wars in 2005 as a kid in that bedroom? Every night, we're watching Shrek 2 and eating pizza bagels. You can even pull back the curtains to let light in. There's storage under the beds for clothes. I'd say that's pretty practical and easy to remove in 3 years when they grow out of it. After it's all said and done, I think that this was a really fun show to watch, because watching it through the lens of an adult really adds a whole other perspective that I didn't have watching it as a kid. I think about all the parents who had to spend thousands of dollars on the taxes for these rooms that they were going to have to revert anyways. I need to point out that this TV show and the original Trading Spaces is partially lost media, meaning 90% of the episodes are absolutely nowhere to be found online. Trading Spaces, Boys vs. Girls in particular, never had a DVD or VHS release outside of a few episodes on the Video Now, which is in the absolute worst quality known to mankind. And for that reason, I could probably only make like 1 or 2 more of these videos. So this is a stretch, but if you have any episodes recorded on tape, like if you're on the show and you have it recorded on tape, please message me on Instagram, which is linked in the description below. And if you don't know how to digitize a VHS tape, please mail it to me and I will do it and then mail it back to you so that it can be archived online for everyone to enjoy. I know that there's people out there that tape their favorite shows. I taped shows, but I didn't tape this one. So if that's you, please help me. You would be doing a great service for the community. Okay? If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.